is Julio Lazarte. Welcome to Athletic Ballroom Dance. Today we're going to be talking about the third part of this series on Morton's Neuroma. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to get down on the floor and we will be, I'll be showing you how to improve the mobility, flexibility, and strengthening of your toes and your foot. So first things first, we have our foot. And when you have a Morton's Neuroma that is going to be either between the second and third or third and fourth metatarsals, what's going to happen is the bones are going to be compressing the nerve. And well, I'm not a doctor, but if we just think about that, is we want to create more room, more space for your bones to not be able to crush that nerve. And part of it comes down to shoes. We've talked about in the previous video on part 2 what shoes you should be wearing and why is that important. Now we're going to be talking about the strengthening, so we're going to be discussing of ways how you can open your toes and have like more mobility through your toes, but also have strength on your toes and on your arch. Alright, first things first, we're gonna have our release. So the muscles, tendons, all of the things that are in our foot, we're gonna allow our foot to release some of that tension by using, I like to use a lacrosse ball. You can use a golf ball or a tennis ball. Honestly, anything that you can get your hands on, it's gonna work as long as you can just roll it. These things are mainly for releasing that tension, like what I was saying. And what I like to do is I like to go over this whole area. So let me show you. So I like to go for the arch. I like to go for almost the outside arch and going all the way through the ball of my foot. And for my toes, I like to just gently roll them just to loosen up and have some more mobility through there. Now, there are things that you can do with your toes. You should be able to do with your toes. You should be able to grab things, and you should be able to open and do lifting, like the four toes, lifting just the big one, making a wave. So there are multiple things that you can start playing around. And if it's too hard, the first things that you should be able to understand is that your toes are like your hands, so you can kind of compare both of them at the same time and try to lift them at the same rate. So like same right side, we're gonna spread the toes, we're gonna place them down, we're gonna come up and down, up, down. That's just for your, that's something that I like to do for my brain to understand like what's happening there. Now, we talked about some releasing and some mobility. Some other strengthening things that you can do is, I know there's like a towel that you can put in and then you can bring it to you. So you should be able to feel it. It's kind of like opening your toes, grabbing and pulling it, dragging it towards you. One more time. You start dragging that to you. You don't have to do it with a towel. You can just do it on your own too. So you have your foot and then you just try to make a fist instead of just pointing. You're just gonna curl those suckers. So you're trying to make a fist, and you should be able to feel a burn right through your bones and down on your sole. So you should be able to just feel that. Same with the other side, we can do that. Now, a lot of ballet dancers, what they do is they strengthen their ankles and feet by holding a band, and you can do the same thing, just pointing forward, back, forward, back, side to side. And you can also do the same thing of just gripping or making that fist with your foot. Lastly, this is not recommended because this is not an actual tool, this is just a knife, but there are some gua sha tools that you can use, and these tools they serve for releasing some of the tension and breaking down the scar tissue, getting some more blood in your muscles, tendons, everything. And what they do is they put a lotion. Right now, like I have a knife, right? And this is not recommended, but then you can start scraping down just some of that tension and some of that scar tissue too. But you don't have to do it. That's what the physical therapist used to do. So if you can afford a physical therapist, go for it. But if you are poor like me, you can just get a knife or buy some gua sha tools from Amazon. I'll link down in the description. But also, you can get anything. This is just a regular stool. You would just roll. It's the same thing of rolling with the ball, but you have a different object. So as long as you are releasing some of that tension, it's gonna help you, and as well as strengthening. Now, when it comes down to strengthening your foot overall, is by using your foot, using your feet. When you are standing, you have to be aware of what your foot is doing. So if I'm not aware of what my foot is doing, I'm just gonna relax and the arch is just gonna be completely gone. So I have to think of activating that arch, bringing everything together and just gripping the floor. And that is by just thinking about it every day, just having that in the back of your head, reminding you that you have to grip the floor, you have to open your toes, grip the floor and create that arch. Because like I said, I didn't have an arch, but I've been working on it ever since. Like it's been like 3 years, I believe, since I had that problem. But now I have somewhat of an arch, you can see it there. And it's getting better. I feel like more strong. Like even if I go on one foot, I feel the arch like won't collapse. So that's collapsing, that's having an arch. You'll see the difference on your body. But that'll be everything for this little video. Because again, we're gonna be talking about all of the things that I've been doing to improve this condition, to make it better on myself. Because sometimes I still feel it's there. It's not like painful, but I feel like some numbness, and it's because it's still there. That is just a warning signal, basically, right? So it's just telling me that I'm not aware of what my feet are doing. I'm not aware of creating that arch or gripping the floor with my toes. So all of those things come into play of releasing that tension. And like I said on the other video too, one more thing that I do is I crack, kind of like releasing some of that. I think it's just placebo, but it helps me. Is I usually do is standing. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it, but I just twist. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. But what I do is I kind of like roll in this way, and I feel I release right through these toes. Usually, like, you can crack your toes too. But that's again like just things that I've been doing for a couple of years now. and they've been helping. So if you find this helpful, I'm gonna make another video too on this fourth part. We'll see what we'll talk about that. And this is a long video, sorry about that, but this is just full of things that you can do, and if you need more help with anything else, you can just comment, and I'll be able to just expand on that. Alright, so as always, keep dancing, roll your feet, no matter if you're a dancer or you're working forever and you are sitting down, just roll your feet and you're gonna feel better. You're just gonna release some of that tension too. Have a great workout, and I'll see you in the next video.